Welcome. You have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be the movie Unhinged starring Russell Crowe. Let's get into this. So before we get started, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. This is a thriller. I've been seeing the trailer for a few months now, and I finally thought I'd give it a shot. And this stars Karen Pretorius and Gabriel Bateman. Rachel Hunter is Karen, and Kyle Hunter is Gabriel Bateman. Of course, there's Russell Crowe, plays as the man. And basically, how the movie comes on, it shows a bunch of footage that's been captured on camera of people who have been part of a road rage situation, and road rage is real. Cut somebody off maybe by accident, they take it to the extreme. Some people go harder than others. They take it all the way left and might chase you down. And we all been cut off in traffic and stuff like that, and you just never know what somebody's going through. Well, that's how the movie starts off, showing that type of footage, and then it shows the man, Russell Crowe. He's out front of his ex-wife's house and her lover, which is the lawyer, and he leaves his car running, grabs an axe and a can of gasoline, chops down the front door. A light turns on in the house. They go and investigate. He busts open the door. He instantly bashes the new lover in the head. He drops. From there, he goes after the wife. She tries to run, but he captures her. And then it goes to the next day, or whatever time frame it goes to. So then we see Rachel. Rachel is at home with her son. She talks on the phone with her brother, and she wakes up late. So she got to drop her son off to school, and in the process, she's going through a divorce, and the husband is pretty much not having much time for his son. He's in and out of jobs, and he's trying to finalize the divorce, and they're going through this whole divorce situation. So she's speaking to her lawyer on the phone, and they basically saying, we got to get this over with. And so she's been late to work often, and she's going to be late again because the traffic is heavy. So she's blaming the traffic, she's blaming everything. She's not really taking accountability that if she planned better, you know, she could have a smoother ride or whatever. So in the process, her boss calls her on her way taking her son, and she's pretty much at a hair salon, and the boss is like, hey, well, we got, appointment coming up. She said, I'll be there in like 15-20 minutes. I'm in traffic. And the boss pretty much was fed up and fired her right over the phone. And she's underneath a lot of pressure, and so she's veering, trying to get the son to school, veering through traffic, getting off the highway, getting back on the highway. Finally, she veers and get off the highway, and she comes to in the back of a pickup truck, and the light goes green. And instead of her just like, giving a soft tap or whatever, or backing up and just going around the person, she's bumping the horn, all hard, and rolls next to the pickup truck and just give, the stink eye or whatever. So from that moment, that's Russell Crowe in that pickup truck. So she thinks it's over with. She goes about her business, but he tracks her down, and while they in traffic again, he pulls up to her. Her son's window is down. The car is an older type car, and the window is not rolling up. So he talks to the son, basically, and he's out of pocket already like that, speaking to a minor. So nevertheless, he asked her, he pretty much told her like, well, he apologized, he's going through a rough time, and it could have been a misunderstanding. So he asked her she's pretty much brushing him off, and he pretty much asked her, you accept my apology. And so she pretty much at that moment was like, yeah, sure, whatever, like, get on. And he was like, well, it'd be, more appropriate if you apologize as well. And she was like, pretty much, no, like, I ain't apologizing for you. I ain't sorry for nothing. So he pretty much told her, like, you gonna find out, I'm gonna make you pay, pretty much. Like, you gonna find out, how, your behavior, your response or whatever. And he kind of like pulled off, but she was driving and she seen he was trailing her. And so when she seen he was trailing, she veered off, and then she ended up at a gas station getting gas. She was inside getting gas, and when she was inside, she seen he pulled up in the back of her. And so when he pulled up in the back of her, she told the people inside the store, like the cashier and everything, like, hey, they seen her frantic and asked her, are you okay? And she's like, no, this guy's been following me. And so they pretty much was like, it was a guy in the store with her, pretty much was like, I'm gonna walk out with you. Maybe that'll throw him off, because they was like, well, should we call the cops? And they was like, no, that might make him even more mad. So he came out with her. She pumped her gas, and he went in the back and got his license plate and gave her the license plate number. And then she drove off, and he pretty much looked at Russell Crowe and was like, hey man, you better off just leaving her alone, letting her go about her business. So Russell Crowe pretty much at that proceeded to drive him over in a pickup truck, and he was able to jump on top of the hood, but then he flung him off of the car while he chased after her. And when he flung him off of the car, you thought he was in the clear. He ended up in a whole nother lane and got smacked by another car. So man, it was like, so that's the type of movie this was. Intense. Russell Crowe was chasing her, hitting other cars, going crazy. He managed to get her cell phone, and in the process of getting her cell phone, he slipped like a burner phone in her car. And so by him getting her cell phone, he was able to get all her information, contacts, and people she knew. And so her lawyer was supposed to meet up with her at a restaurant. He pretty much at that moment he pretty much met up with the lawyer himself at the restaurant, and pretty much pretended like he was her friend. He knew information about her because he read her phone and stuff. And so the lawyer sitting down talking to him, thinking that, well, he's coming in place of her and that's her friend or whatever. And he called her on a burner phone, and she answered, and he pretty much told her who he was there with. And it shows him when she was Gary Tell, she talked to the lawyer and pretty much telling her, hey, I don't know this. He said his name was Tom Crossman or something like that. And she's like, I don't know a Tom Crossman. So by the time he got a chance to say that, the lawyer was already giving the phone back to Russell Crowe, which is called the main character on it. And at that moment, she was telling him, hey, I don't know this guy. That's the guy that road raged me or whatever. And he was like pretty much telling her over the phone, like you're done, like pretty much. And so he started getting a little sassy with her over the phone, and the lawyer was looking at it like, like, yo, you out of pocket talking to her like that. So he took the coffee mug, bashed the lawyer in the nose with it, lawyer blood everywhere, took the lawyer head, smashed it on the table. Now this is at a restaurant, daytime, everybody's seeing it, they filming him, and now he didn't punch the lawyer all in his nose, so he beating the lawyer up right while he's on the phone with her. The lawyer was all messed up, tried to grab a little butter knife. He grabbed the knife from the lawyer, ended up stabbing the lawyer in the back of the neck, and it was filmed and everything. So he's totally unhinged, thriller. It went all through it. He ended up getting contacts. He told her she needed to pick somebody off of her list to get killed. He named different names. named her ex-husband, and he pretty much was feeling that she was doing to him what she was doing to her ex-husband, what his wife did to her. And so that was making him even more furious or whatever. So he told her to give her a name on a list of people to kill or whatever, and if he don't, he gonna go after her mom and her family. So she gave him a list. She gave him the person, her ex-boss, who fired her. And she's like, why her? She's like, she fired me. So instead of him going after the ex-boss, so she sent the cops to all the people to protect. And instead of her going, him going to the ex-boss, he went for her brother. And when he showed up, the brother was at the process looking at him kill the lawyer, and it was all over the news. And so the brother was talking to his girl like, yo, you should come look at this. But by that time, the girlfriend wasn't responding. He looked out the window. He seen the pickup truck that they said he was in. Seen the pickup truck out front. When he went in the room, his girlfriend, Russell Crowe, had the girlfriend all beaten up, and she was out of it pretty much. And he had a knife, and the brother was like, basically, he was frantic. He was scared. And he had a knife, and then Russell Crowe just jammed the girlfriend in front of him while he was holding a knife. And then he strapped the brother to the chair and pretty much called her back on the burner phone, telling her, like, pretty much, like, go grab your son. And if you don't grab your son in a certain amount of time, I'm going to kill your brother. And he set the brother on, dosed the brother with gasoline. And so in the process of this, she got back on the phone, and he made the brother write this nasty letter towards her, basically saying everything is your fault with your behavior or whatever, and you the reason basically my girlfriend got killed. And when he did that, a cop came in. He sent the brother, a cop came in, because she sent the police to all her family house. A cop came in, pretty much told him, like, stand down or whatever, and he was like, no. He set the brother on fire and then pushed him over towards the police. And why only one police officer came, I don't know. Nevertheless, he ran out the door, not before the police officer got a shot him in the arm, so he was wounded at that point. He had let her know that, basically, I'm wounded and I'm gonna find you. So he was able to find her because her tablet, she had her cell phone, but the tablet was in the car. So he was able to, the tablet's connected to the phone, to run a, tracking tablet on the tablet, so he know where she was at. And so the son pointed that out to her, and then they was pretty much looking like, well, where is he? And the son looked it up on tracking and said, he's right next to us. And they seen him on the highway. He didn't see them, but they seen him, so they tried to creep past him, but not before he seen him. And so when he seen him, he instantly started darting after him. They seen a police officer trying to track the police officer down. He hit the police officer before the police officer got on the walkie-talkie and pretty much was like saying, hey, we got the guy that's on a run, showing where he was at. A damn tractor trailer came and hit the police officer. So it was like, thriller octane, the whole movie. Pretty much good. In a nutshell, to end it off, the ideal was pretty much to go to her mother's house and stalk him out there. He came there and told the son to pretty much like hide out upstairs. He hid in the attic, and Russell Crowe was seeing her car, but she pretty much was in another car and rammed him. A time she went over to try to beat him down with a golf club, he got out the car and started beating her up, dragged her and knocked her out. The son, he went in looking for the son, and the son pretty much was hiding in the attic, start making noise, all crazy or whatever, and he knew he was upstairs. And then when he went upstairs looking for the son, the mom popped up to grab the son because she knew exactly where he was at. And when he did that, Russell Crowe grabbed her, and then they get in a skirmish. So he beat her down, throwing her across the room. vicious, very vicious. And then the son came in, tried to help his mom. He punched his son in the face and start wrapping the cord around his son's neck. And then she came in. She had these scissors, and she took the scissors, ended up jamming it in his eye, and then kicked him. Made the scissors go all the way in his head. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. So it was a decent thriller to watch if you into those type of films. It's from beginning to end, non-stop, and it'll draw you in. So that was the like strong plus of the movie, that it instantly draws you in from beginning to end. One thrill. It's very few movies that you get a thrill movie from beginning to end like that. So kudos to them on doing a decent film. Out of my 4-star rating system, I'm gonna give this movie 3 out of 4 stars. Just on another note, be careful. You never know what somebody else is going through out there in life. So be careful when you doing whatever. Road rage is real. Till next time.